Welcome to the Light Body Activation course. This course is created to activate your light body. It's created to awaken the infinite eternal intelligence that is always consciously awake within you. This course is created for you to tap into that infinite source of love, of well-being, of bliss, of joy, your true state of being. This course is not as much a course in words and techniques as a course in frequencies and vibrations. Throughout this course, I would like you to listen more with your body and your senses, feeling into yourself while you listen to it, rather than trying to understand the words that are spoken. I want you to listen to each class in turn, with at least a week in between. The reason for this is as you listen to each class, you're receiving certain frequencies, certain new encodings, certain new frequencies of programming and programmings that will start to realign you and start to help you shed limiting beliefs, blockages, frequencies that doesn't serve your higher self, that doesn't serve your greatest joy and well-being. You may drift away at certain parts during classes. You may fall asleep. Let yourself. This course isn't meant as a Bible. It's meant as a tool for you to reconnect with your own heart, with your own inner guidance, with your own inner wisdom, your own inner guru. It's about connecting to that source within you and becoming observant, present within yourself. It is in the presence that we can change, that we can modify, that we can look upon the patterns within ourselves that doesn't serve. It's in the presence. It is in the present moment that we can see ourselves. Not judging, just being present with ourselves and seeing why we might act in a certain way, why we're doing certain things. When we become aware why, or even just noticing resistance and blockages, we can shift them. So we, as humans, are spirit in form. We're actually pure consciousness. We're pure light. But most of us have forgotten that we're pure consciousness, that we're pure light, that we're pure love, and that we are eternal and infinite. Instead, we become trapped in the illusion of separation, that we are separate in this physical form to others, that even God might be separate from us. And nothing could ever be further from the truth, because we're all one. And everything in our world is an external manifestation, representation of our internal self. And so we come here all as unique beings of light with a unique frequency, a unique tone, a unique song. And the song that is ours is completely unique. But we can modify and shift and change it. We can purify this song. We can improve it. And what do I mean with improving? Because another thing that we'll go into further along the course is that everything is perfect. It's a part of duality, of separation, this idea of imperfection. The imperfect is truly what makes perfect. And so what's important to mention as we begin this journey into ourselves is that we're not striving for a goal. We're not striving for completion. Because as you complete one cycle, another one begins. And this is the part of the journey through eternity, infinity, is that there is no end to it. It always continues. But the intention of this course, it's created to help you, whoever you are, your unique being of light, for you to activate the absolute purest within you. To help you create a bridge so that you can connect to that almighty, infinite, eternal consciousness within you. And you do this simply through your focus, your attention. We are pure consciousness. We are pure light. So where we place our attention is where we shine our light. When we go inside and sit down in meditation and we see ourselves, we just allow ourselves to sit with ourselves, to be with ourselves. We're bringing more light within, simply through our attention again. Where we place our attention is where we shine our light, because we are pure consciousness, we're pure light. Meditation is truly the practice of focusing light. That's it. And so when we can focus our light within and align it to work through certain blockages, certain resistance, certain limitations within ourselves that are blocking us from our full expression. And what that full expression might be, in your case, is completely unique, completely individual to you. Your path is unique. Your journey is completely unique. In truth, we are an expression of God, each one of us. Everything is. There's no part of this existence that is not a part of God, that isn't God. Almighty, Source, the universe, whatever you may call it. Everything has consciousness. And we connect with that consciousness through our focus, our attention, our mindfulness, our presence. So in this course, like I said in the beginning, I want you to listen more with your body, with your senses, with your sentient feelings, rather than with your mind. You don't need to analyze this course. Feel more into your physical self, your beingness, and allow yourself to just receive it as if you were a sponge receiving new vibrations. You just want to sponge them up, immerse yourself in them, and then allow everything else that doesn't resonate with this true frequency to fall away. The truth is that you're not receiving anything foreign, anything that is not you. What we're doing is clearing away everything that is not you. Everything that you picked up of others, frequencies, thought forms, limitations, fears that are blocking you from standing in your truth, from standing in your absolute power, shining your absolute brightest light. By allowing yourself to not trying to control the process, not trying to control how you feel, what you're experiencing, letting go of any expectations of how it should feel, accepting that you are unique and your process is absolutely perfect for you, and that everything that you're experiencing is perfect for you. This is throughout the course, and this is in life. There's something truly magical that happens when we release and surrender and let go, and we trust. And here is where the importance of intention plays in. When we set our attention, our intention towards something, anything, whatever it might be, we are bringing into focus something, whatever it might be, and we're bringing our light towards that. Just that small act of thought, of attention, of focus creates miracles. But we have to allow ourselves to surrender to the greater consciousness, knowing that us, from a human perspective, can only see so much, can only know so much. But God, the Almighty, can see everything, all timelines, all existences. So, to clarify, in life, we might see to get from point A to point B, we have to do certain steps. We have to do A, B, C, D, E. In our human mind, in our human perspective, God, the infinite source, can see infinite possibilities and ways and paths to get where you want to go. Not excluding A, B, C, D, E, but opening up for more options, more possibilities of manifesting, of achieving that intention. And so your reason for taking this course, for receiving these frequencies, might be completely different, and that's fine. I encourage you to have a specific intention for this course, maybe personal, professional, spiritual, whatever. Make it real. Affirm it. Throughout the course, affirm why you're taking this journey, why you're on this path. It's so important when we set our intention and our goals that we take appropriate action, but also that we allow ourselves to continuously surrender to what is, as it is. And knowing that our way of doing things, or thinking of things, or our own perspective might not be in the highest alignment, and we might not see the truth as it really is. So it's as if you're blind and you're letting someone lead you. And I know this is hard for many, to give up control to God, to a higher power, to source. I know that's terrifying for some. But I want you to practice it. Because in that space of trust, and take small steps. If the big step scares you, just take small steps. Trust. Let yourself be held. Let yourself be supported. Believe in yourself. Believe that you're loved beyond whatever, beyond anything that you could ever imagine and more. We are so, so, so loved. And this love is always available for us. There's nothing that can block it, resist it, or limit it other than us, ourselves. We're the only one that can block this infinite, unconditional, universal force field of pure love to flow throughout our being 24/7 at all times. And so throughout this course, we're going to unlock blockages, limiting beliefs, and fears that are in one way or another blocking this flow of source energy of pure love to flow throughout our being. And we're going to start in the crown, and we're going to work ourselves down through our body, all the way down our body, down our legs, down through our feet, connecting deep into earth. And this system is a little bit different than most other systems, and I'll explain why. We're starting in a top-down activation schedule because we want to activate each chakra being as a filter, as a vortex of not just spinning energy, but each chakra is as deep as the universe is vast. Let me say that again. Each chakra is as deep as the universe is vast. That means that you hold the entire universe within you. So when we're opening up the chakras, we're not just punching a hole into something. We're not just flushing out a channel. Each chakra is multidimensional. And so through each chakra, we connect to our ancestors. We connect to all our previous lifetime. Or there is no previous, really, because the only present moment is now. And so everything is coexistent at this present moment. All your past lives, all your future life, all parallel existences, all lifetimes that you've ever experienced and lived are happening at this moment. So when we're going in to heal or to connect ourselves to source, which is really what healing is about, is the realignment to the source energy. Our physical bodies are created to self-heal. Our physical bodies are created as eternal beings. But it's our limitations, our mind, that makes us age, that makes us be limited in our own expression. So again, we're activating each chakra in a top-down fashion. So what we want to do is we want to become lightning rods. We want to bring in the divine cosmic energy down through our bodies, from the crown down through our bodies, down our legs and into the ground. We want to bring in the divine earthly energies through the soles of our feet, up our legs, up our body, and out through the crown. And we want this flow to be constant. So what we're doing by starting the top down is that we're clearing each chakra from limiting beliefs and fears or anything else that are blocking each chakra from expressing its own optimum capacity, its own fullness, its own brightest light, which is helping the cosmic divine energies to come through your being uninterrupted, undisturbed, unchanged. Each chakra is as a filter. And that's why the chakras have different colors. And each filter resonates in different frequencies. The frequencies in themselves serves a purpose. We are this magnificent matrix of frequencies. The idea that one chakra is better than the other is false, because they all support each other. And truly, the process of activating the light body, activating the chakras to their fullness, eventually the heart chakra will start to take over and engulf all the other chakras into your pure heart being, pure love. But each chakra in itself serves the whole. We need the physical chakras to exist in this plane, in this realm. If we just had the higher chakras, we would not be able to function. So we want to activate, purify each chakra from the crown downwards, bringing this divine cosmic light further and deeper into your physical being, becoming a lightning rod of divine light, of divine love, and then allowing yourself to radiate that divine love outwards. Grounding that divine light into earth. That wholeness, that completeness, that harmony and balance that you want to create is to be as open in your crown as you are open in your feet, in your Earth Star chakra. You want to have thick, deep roots that can ground you, that can bring your divine light deep into earth, so that you can have a massive trunk, so that you can hold more light. And when you have profound, deep, strong roots into the ground, talking energetic, light roots, you can hold more light. And when you can hold more light, when you have greater roots, you can also develop greater branches. And greater branches creates or have the possibility to have more leaves. And our energetic leaves, as in our crown, the 1,000-petal lotus, with more leaves we can bring in more light. And we'll talk more about trees in this course, because trees are amazing for realigning your energy field. Most energy systems that's been created have been created from a down to the top approach, where we are striving to rise the Kundalini energy up through our spine, through the crown. There's nothing wrong with this, but it can be very challenging to work through the dross matter of the physicality, of the very dense energy of the 3D reality which we are in, whereas some have passed into the 5D. Nonetheless, it can be very challenging to work with these dense energies without the help of the cosmic divine. What's important when we do start with activating the crown chakra is that we continuously ground ourselves. Like I said, no chakra is above the other. We can have spiritual revelations in the crown and the third eye, but if we're not grounded, it's very hard to make sense of the experience. It's very hard to make sense of your reality. And if you only have the lower chakras activated, it's very hard to be connected to anything other than the physical. And fear of survival and attachments become very, very prevalent compared to a balanced energy body, a balanced light body. See, we want to be a bright, giant tree, bringing in light, inspiration from the cosmic dimensions, from the divine cosmic. Bringing it in through our chakras, down through our roots, down our legs, and into our feet and into the ground, as if we're planting seeds of inspiration. If you only have the higher chakras activated, you may have so many ideas, but you don't know how to implement, and you don't even know where to start. You might have so many ideas and understandings and insights, but you don't know where to start. You don't know what to do with it, so it can lead to a lot of frustrations. And if you only work on your higher chakras, you're never going to be able to deal with anger, with fear, with survival issues. Creativity is created throughout the chakras. You need to activate both your lower and your higher. And this is what Buddha, I believe, spoke about when it came to the middle path, which is the heart. So the heart is the connection, what unites heaven and earth. So above the heart, we have heaven. And below the heart, we have earth. Not one better than the other. That is a human perception. That's a human separation, duality perspective. That we have to go somewhere else to experience heaven. That we have to somehow earn our love from God or from anywhere else. The truth is, we just have to open up to it. We just have to be worthy and allow ourselves to receive. And it can be a tricky path. Trusting, surrendering, letting go of our will. Frightening, right? So in this process of letting go, of surrendering, of letting go of the control, of opening up, of allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, because vulnerability is truly being open to love. It is not being open to being hurt. Both blockages that we hold of fear of being hurt is actually calling those experiences into your life. The courage comes from the heart. When we trust our heart, it might be the most frightening thing that you'll ever do, but it will expand you like nothing else. When you follow your heart, you follow God. You trust in God. Your heart is wiser than anything else within you. And it can be terrifying to allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to be open to the possibility of being hurt. And so when we walk on this path, we have to also be compassionate with ourselves. We won't get anywhere by forcing ourselves. We won't get anywhere by pushing anything or trying to control or force, push. What we resist persists. So often the most challenging is to surrender. And again, it's so important to become the observer. To start to observe yourself from within, so that you see yourself before you react. So that you feel yourself and see what thoughts within you are creating what sorts of reaction externally. Because as you're taking this course, you will start to unravel yourself. You will receive many insights about yourself. You will receive a great understanding of yourself. And this might not always be the easiest to receive. It is very important not to be hard on yourself, but to practice the compassion, the love that you are towards yourself, first and foremost. Because you cannot truly love another if you don't love yourself. And this is an enigma. This is the greatest challenge, is to love ourselves. It starts with your own relationship with yourself. It starts with how you communicate with yourself. It starts with how you talk to yourself. How you feel about yourself. And this can almost be traumatic to bring up to begin with. So be patient. Be very, very loving and kind towards yourself as you're going through these motions. To truly love ourselves, we have to look upon the aspect of ourselves that we're not accepting, that we might even dislike, that we might even hate about ourselves. See, if we have strong resistance or strong feelings about anyone or anything, whether it be ourselves or anyone else, we can't change it. It's like we're holding something so tight, can't move until we let go of it. And the part of letting go is allowing ourselves to see certain imperfections within ourselves, our flaws, and understanding the ripple effects that they create in our lives. So it's not looking at, oh, I did wrong, I'm bad, I did wrong, I shouldn't think like that, bad thoughts, negative thoughts, oh no, I'm going to manifest horrible things, I'm a bad person. No. It's about realizing I'm having these thoughts that are making me feel like this, and they're making me act like this in my relationships, with myself or with others, with myself, my work, with myself and my dreams, with myself and anything. It's about understanding that these thoughts are creating my reality. These actions, these reactions, these patterns in my life are creating certain ripple effects throughout my life. They're not leading me to where I want to be, where I want to go, how I want to feel. They don't suit in the life that I want to create for myself. And the only way for me to change is to become aware, to become present in my own neurosis, my own illusionary existence, to understand that we put on certain glasses, certain perspectives, and we can become so lost in them that we forgot that we're wearing glasses to begin with. And when we take off those glasses, we can become very judgmental why we had those glasses to begin with. We might feel very lost because the way we used to relate to the world doesn't make sense anymore. So in the process of healing, and the process on the spiritual path of evolving, of growing, of becoming brighter, bigger, more loving, more pure, both towards yourself and towards others. It's really important to have patience with yourself, with the process of really allowing it to come as it wants to. It can feel very, very inconvenient at times that you need to process something. Trust the process. Trust that your external reality will start to reflect the changes taking place within you. So in some way your life might fall apart. For some more, for some less. It depends on how aligned you are with your truth, or have been with your truth. So when we're changing our glasses, when we're changing our perspective, our way to see the world through changing ourselves, by going within, we feel lost at times. We feel like we don't know who we are anymore, or where our place in the world is anymore. And this is to be expected. And this is a very, very uncomfortable and very powerful process. What's actually happening is that what used to be your epicenter, what used to be your equilibrium, isn't there anymore. So you can keep going back and trying to find this center, this equilibrium that used to be there. If I did so and so and so, I felt good. All of a sudden, if I do so and so, I don't feel good. Nothing happens. It's not working for me anymore. These people that I'm around, I'm not clicking with anymore. I don't feel like I'm resonating with them. So what happened is that your frequency shifted. And all of a sudden, what used to feel right doesn't feel right anymore. And we're looking for something else, but we don't know what. It's very important in this process of feeling lost to surrender and to trust. It's the most important. Because what you're experiencing is that epicenter has moved. It is not where it used to be. You have refined your song that you are, the tune that you are, the frequency that you are to something else. You're still you. You're unique being you. There's no one else like you. But somehow your tune, your frequency has shifted. And its balance, its epicenter, its equilibrium can be found somewhere else. And so when this happens, and so that you're not in alignment with, or rather you're in between alignments, and you simply have to allow your life to shift into place. Follow inspirations, follow gut feeling, follow your heart, trust your inner guidance. The only way to establish a communication, a strong bond between you and source, between you and your heart, between you and your God, is to open that door. You're the one that has to take the initiative. You're the one that has to open up to the communication. God's always available to you. There's no one or nothing stopping you but you. And it's like with everything else. In the beginning, it feels awkward because you might not have done this much before. You might feel really silly. Let yourself. Be as a child, curious. Be playful. Have fun with it. God is creation. God is play. God is joy. And we're going to look into more in this next class about programmings, about limiting beliefs, about encodings that we have received, that we have implemented, that has been implemented into us subconsciously, that we are allowing to be played, or that we are playing out through our lives. It's about unraveling these patterns, these programmings, and to connect to source again. And so we communicate with God by simply setting the intention of wanting to communicate with God, of wanting to know God. There's no more powerful prayer than wanting to know God. It's how I had my awakening. You have to open the door. You have to ask for it. And then you have to surrender that request, that want, that need, that desire. Give it to God and let it go. Hard, I know. But practice makes perfect. It gets easier and easier with practice. So there are a few techniques that will be used throughout this course. One, as I mentioned in the beginning, your light, your consciousness, where you place your attention is where you shine your light. Most important, your light, your consciousness, where you place your attention is where you shine your light. Everything is love. Everything is love. You might not always feel like it, you might not always see it, but everything is love. We have come here to experience duality of separation so that we can return home, so that we can find our way back to love again. And because everything is light, because everything is love, when we place our attention, when we place or focus our light, our love, on anything that is not love, it will transform itself. Because even though it has strayed from its truth of being love, whatever it might be, its connection to pure love will realign it back to source again. Back to love again. So that is step one. Focus attention. The second thing is not trying to control anything. So you might go through your field, your body, your physical body, your emotional body, and you might feel things, and you might want to move it, you might want to shift it, change it, you might not want to feel this way, you might not want to experience it this way, you might want to experience it a different way. You have to surrender to all that is. The best way to change anything and everything is to accept it as it is. With love and acceptance. So focus, attention, surrendering. Second step is communication. Communicating with your higher self, asking God, Source, your higher self, for what you need. And understanding that you might not get what you want, but what you need. That everything that's happening in your life is serving your highest intention. Everything that's happening in your life, yes, even the conflicts, even the drama, even the pain, the sorrow, the grief, the anger, is serving you somehow. And through the process of life that we go through, is helping us to refine, to realign ourselves back to Source. So we want to let go of something, we want to communicate with it, and we want to ask. No one likes to be told what to do, not your higher self, not your friends, not your family, not even yourself. No one likes to be told what to do. Well, we don't mind being asked. So when you're communicating with your spirit, with your soul, with your light beings, God, higher self, your energy field, your light body, always ask. Ask, can I let go of this now? And you want to wait for an answer. And you might not always hear it, but you'll feel it. Or you'll have a quiet yes or a quiet no. And if there's a no, then you just ask further, could we let go of 10%? Could we let go of a small piece of it? Is there anything that we could let go of? And listen again. If there is something that you can let go of when the answer first was no, then you'll most likely see that you'll be able to let go of more and more. As your light field see that it can let go, it also see that it can let go of more. So it's a process of just unraveling. But again, your focus, your attention, of allowing yourself to feel just the way you feel, not trying to change, and simply going into the epicenter, to the center of the discomfort, or whatever you're feeling, whether it's physical pain, just emotional discomfort, or any negative feelings, or negative thought loops that you can't get out of. Accept it, take full responsibility for its being there, and then offer it up to God. Offer it up to Source to be transmuted to light again. And that's simply the process. There's really not any more technique to it than that. It's just refining it and continue practicing surrendering and full acceptance and focus and attention, awareness. And that's often the most challenging, because We don't want to be in discomfort. We don't want to feel pain. We don't want to be uncomfortable. And in our society, we've been trained how to numb ourselves, not how to feel. And by any means, not express your emotions. Don't be a drama queen. And I'm not saying that you should start reacting externally to all your emotions, but allow yourself to feel into them. Spirit communicates with you through your feelings. So if you're not connected to your feelings, you're completely disconnected to spirit. We receive this physical body when we come into this realm. When we're born into this world, we receive a physical body. It is of light, it is of energy. We perceive it as physical. We perceive it as form. Within this physical body, throughout our body, we have different energy centers, and these energy centers are connected to different glands, to different organs within our body. Each center has its own innate intelligence, its own innate wisdom. So we're not going within our light body and trying to tell our light body how to act and how to react. We're going into our light body to surrender to the wisdom that's already there. To start the process of stepping out of the way from your higher self. From literally giving the reins, the steering wheel, to your higher self and going, I know you can do this better. Giving away your control in faith, in grace, in love. So through each class, we'll work at certain center, certain physical counterparts of that center, activating that center's innate intelligence, and then surrendering to it, stepping out of the way, and allowing that center to unfold as it may, allowing it to purge whatever it needs to purge. And by purging, I mean it can be physical pain, emotional pain, discomfort. Everything that's being brought up by this activation of the light within you. And so it is as when in spring, the sun all of a suddenly comes in, you can see how dirty the windows are. And you can see how dusty it is. That you haven't been able to see in the wintertime because there hasn't been enough light. So when you bring in the light, you can see the dust. But instead of getting mortified and disrupted by this dust, this dirtiness, this shadowness, by going in with your attention, again, your light, your consciousness, your pure love and light. So by bringing your attention into this dust within you, into these shadows that you perceive and feel, you will transform them. They will change, they will shift, they will move. That's the technique. It's so simple and it's so profound. Meditation is really about training your mind to become focused so that you can bring more and more light into one point. As you do so, you literally light yourself up because you're light. You just, by your attention, by your intention of wanting to light up, you're activating this light. So for the coming week, homework is to feel yourself. From the top of your ground, down to your body, down your legs, down your feet, your fingers, your hands, your arms, everywhere, into your tummy, into your heart. Feel yourself. How does it feel? How does it feel to be you? What sort of emotions do you go through on a regular day? Where do you feel most discomfort? Where does it feel good in your physical body? Where does it feel good in your emotional body? Notice how it feels to be around certain people. Notice how it feels to be in certain situations, in certain locations. Notice how your thoughts are making you feel. Notice yourself, feel yourself, and open up to the divine just by setting the intention of wanting to know God, wanting to feel Source, of wanting to activate the light body. Intention is so powerful. And then surrendering, and then trusting, and feeling. So much love. Have a beautiful week.